Good morning and welcome to the Option Pit AM Volatility Report. I am Mark Sebastian, the founder. I want to remind everybody we have a webinar this Wednesday. Go to optionpit.com/weekly trades to sign up. All right, that's optionpit.com/weekly trades to sign up. It's going to be a really good, I'm going to teach about weekly options and kind of how they can improve consistency and some other things that they can do. Feel free to like this page on Facebook and tweet it and whole 9 yards. You tell everybody in the world, hey, check it out, Twitter. And anyway, check it out. So I don't like this. All right, we've got a market. Typically, anytime good news is bad news and bad news is good news, I think that makes a market that is extremely difficult to navigate and trade. And that's kind of what we're dealing with currently. This foods were kind of doing what I expected last night when we were down 17 handles. Now here we are, we walk in and we're even on the day, all right, and kind of rallying. Anytime I see something like that, that just screams kind of warning signs to me that, this market isn't healthy, it doesn't know what's good for it, and is not exactly certain exactly how to manage itself. It makes for a rough day. You got things like, Alibaba and, some of the tech names are still just kind of sitting around doing nothing. But where we're kind of seeing a shakeup is that, rates are rallying and so is the S&P. That's, a little counterintuitive. But rates are going lower and lower and lower, and it's just odd. With that, the one area where you're seeing lots of strength. I mean, the euro just off to the races again, and I don't know how long that can last. Meanwhile, volatility, the futures are between flat and down and up. Kind of interesting to see where they'll end up. I still think we're going to have a rocky, choppy couple of weeks. I think there's good reasons for that. That report on Friday was bad, and people should realize, hey, that's not a good thing. Maybe the market should sell off a little bit. But what they're thinking is, well, now the Fed doesn't have to raise rates, so the market can go higher. And the two of those are going to have to fight each other out. Now the question is the economy bad enough that we have to question, does the Fed can't do any more stimulus? What are we going to do? Are we in a situation like that? Or are we in a situation where, maybe just the economy softens enough that the Fed doesn't have to raise rates? I think that is what we have to kind of figure our way through. But in the short term, in the short term, it looks like we're going to rally. Off of this type of news. I wouldn't be surprised if we're up double digits. Now, again, long term, is that healthy? No, not at all. But short term, is that going to lead to a rally? It appears so. The one interesting point is that, as the S&P's gotten a little stronger, we're watching the VIX get a little stronger as well. As I look at trades for the day, I'm expecting TLT, as a swing trade. I think TLT can make another run at its all-time highs. We've seen the 10-year really move. All right, you could go to like TNT, I believe. No. Anyway, there is like a 10-year one as well, a shorter term. But this is one where we could really see a pretty big rally. And that might be an interesting play for the next couple of weeks. Aside from that, like I said, I think you play some of these ETNs to move a little lower on the week, but I don't think it's going to be monstrously lower. And oil, with this, I think oil is going to be stable to rally. You've got the dollar softer, and that's going to cause oil to move like this, and it's going to move rates higher. and again push the market higher. So I think we could see a big rally by the time the day is through now. I don't believe it. All right. I wish it wasn't the case, but I think that's the way it's lining up. All right, folks. On that note, I hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you soon. If you've got questions, you can call me 888-TRADE-01, or you can email me, mark@optionpit.com. And again, make sure to check out our special thing, optionpit.com/weekly trades to sign up for the webinar. All right. See you soon.